Hey, looks like we're working again. Cool. Welcome back. Back in Factorio again today. I've done a couple of little things since we left off. What did I do? So I cleaned up all the mess that I made of having too much stuff loaded. Across everything. I did something else which I'll go back into in a minute. The other thing I did was set the train so it's got 210 seconds across the back. And at the bottom I've put 210 seconds plus a circuit condition. I'll come back to that. So basically this circuit is set up to count up to 219,000. Which should take it a long time. 61 minutes or something like that? Yeah, 61 minutes to do. The reason I've got it to do that is because this 210 seconds isn't exact. There's not an exact... Well, I'll rephrase that. The 210 seconds is exact, but the amount of time isn't necessarily 60 seconds, which I've calculated. It may be slightly more, slightly less. And basically, the whole system is calculated to run this 5,000 a second overall. So if you work out how much you can make a second, because don't forget this is chucking out a lot more than 5,000, that almost just over 4 times that, 22,000 almost. So basically it doesn't need to run. So this will act as a reset, basically. That every time it comes back here, it'll stop until it's ready to start the next cycle to make the 5,000 a minute. Now just as a little aside, because it does need to do a full 210 second cycle, or 210 second stop, I've added that last condition in because I don't know exactly where this will eventually land, because I'm not going to start it yet. I need to make all 4 sets to get this system running. And until I do that, there's no real point in starting this system, so it's just going to have to sit idle for quite a while. So when I eventually let the thing go again by effectively deleting this passenger present, I might just hit the thing on manual, probably safer. Just in case I do something weird. Yeah, it just means that, yeah, it'll just allow it to actually make sure it does a full stop and then do it, rather than it just happening that this thing is at 218,000 when it stops, and it stops for not very long before it moves again. So that's all that's there for. That wasn't a very succinct way of saying that. Anyways, so to power it, I just stuck down a solar array. It is, like, these things are 7 gigawatts each or something. 7 megawatts, sorry. So, what am I using? Even with the radar, not very much power. 302 watts of power at continuous speed. So, it was just kind of easy just to stick one down and power it rather than running power lines will do it. Nah. Yeah, I'm still probably going to fill this area with solar panels, so, and it's on the same grid as all of these solar panels, so it shouldn't really matter. It may eventually connect it all up, but for now it will just run as it is. Right. The last thing was the situation I found myself in last time, which was that the copper wasn't fully unloading from these 7 cars, which is kind of fine, apart from the fact that we then need to load 6 of them with green circuits. which if they're not unloading properly, it wasn't. Now, this is potentially still an issue. I need to go check something quick. I think it is an issue still. Because those... that wire... No, it's not. It's over here, isn't it? Gets turned into red circuits. Over here? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Red circuits. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, this is as I expected. So basically, the factor on this train, which limits the production, is actually the green circuits, which get unloaded from these 6. This means, or very slowly, this container which I'm unloading the wire into right now will eventually fill up. You can see it's already got 56,000 in it, and this has only run a few times, so it's not going to take long for that to fill up, which means that these cars won't then unload fully, which is, and because the train's on just a time system, it's just going to keep running, and of course eventually these will then not unload properly, which means, if I run all the way back again, the wire production facility won't be able to fully load properly, which means the copper won't be fully processed, which will leave copper in those train cars. So I kind of need a way to recycle, ensure that these 7 copper trucks always unload. And actually the easiest way to do that is plunk down a train that effectively at a certain point will collect all the excess copper that doesn't get turned into copper wire, and basically recycle it back into the system. So you can see I took out all these trees. There's a nice long line of trees gone, where I did actually put this system in place, and then I went, no, hold on. As you just saw, all that copper actually gets unloaded into wire. So there shouldn't be an issue, right? Well, like I said, I hadn't checked if the copper gets fully used here, and therefore will eventually it will back up and things like that. So I took it out again without really thinking about it properly. So now I've got to go put it back in again, and blah, blah, blah. It's not very hard to do. But I do need to start this end. So yeah, just got to run a train track all the way down here. Oops, went too far. Let's stop it about here. Alright. Doesn't really matter how long this train is, but I'm going to make it 12-2, just because I can. Just moving some trains, because I haven't got an on me. Of course, they're going to be putting straight into that. And I want 2 more trains on the other end. There we go. Right, need power. I need robots. There we go. To make sure that I get fuel into this train. Then all I need to do is just unload, basically. This isn't the most interesting of unload systems. Now, woohoo, I can actually go back to... that doesn't quite work as well as I'd hoped. May as well then, just put it like that. Oops, didn't actually affect it. That's because I didn't actually put down all the bits. Yeah. Right. Basically, what I'm going to do to ensure that this can always unload is just put a circuit condition on this, which I think is already set, yeah, from earlier. Basically means that when there's more than 100,000, this won't run. And this just ensures there's always a bulk of space to this train to always load into. And basically what I'm going to do is just keep going back up here and just unload them all on one line. I don't really think this needs to be particularly efficient. I hope. I may get proven wrong at that at some point, but yeah, come on. Yeah, shall I just do it properly now rather than shortcutting it? So this thing actually runs at 1.2 to 1.3 lines of copper. So I guess if I just run 2 lines of copper, should be fine. What I do, it says 12 cars, so I just count up to 6. This is there. And then basically just put that in like this. That effectively makes 2 lots coming out. Yeah, that unloads it twice the speed basically. I don't really care how it unloads it, providing it does it at that speed. Yeah, let's do that. Let's call this reload. Thought I'll set train a second. Need to go back up here and load up my 2 lines of copper into it, don't I? Right. First things first. Now, hopefully, I still have this in my blueprint thing. Not that one. That one. The actual all I did here was put a container in the middle, and then what I was doing was putting a circuit condition on these 4. Which basically said this one can activate when this is above 200,000? Question mark? Yeah, 200,000 I think is the right number. And then these ones were the opposites. They would only activate when it's that much. Oh. I think that works. I don't know whether or not this bit's really necessary, but I kind of did it. I remember now. To make sure, just in case, that the conditions are set up properly. Because in theory, you could end up with exactly 200,000 in this, and neither of them will therefore activate. So that could be an issue. I know it's really slim chances, but it's really easy to solve, so I'm just doing it. And effectively, all I was doing was the same but opposite. 3, 4, 5, 12. And again, this one can be special. When I go back up 5 of these, this one can be special too. Right. Okay, I just need some power. There we go. Right. So that will therefore ensure that these always get done and they get fully recycled back into the system, which has priority over the front manufacturing of them. So it should therefore all work. Cool. Now the last thing, I'm going to look at, which I realise is a problem, or potential problem I should say, is this train isn't fully unloaded. Now of course, well, mostly unloaded. But I guarantee you if I took them out, they're not in here. And what's happening of course is this, I'll go find one of these. You'll find that not all of them fully unload. There was about 190,000 iron still in the system, in the train when it finished its full run round. So that one's done. But this one, for example, hasn't fully unloaded. Which is fine. It doesn't cause too big of an issue. But what it means is these trains that I'm using to load and unload on, of course, won't necessarily fully be able to unload because these won't necessarily be fully empty, and that kind of by design, let's say. But because of that, they're therefore going to unload, like they're effectively going to finish unloading and then go and do a new one mid-cycle, which I don't know whether that causes a problem. But it's quite easy to solve, so I'm kind of just going to solve it. Because all I need to do is item count is less than however big this thing is. How big is this? $11 times 80. It's 88,000. 11 times 80 times 100, 88,000. So basically that means that, yeah, oh, hang on, I need to finish this. So an inactivity of, let's say, 10 seconds. Actually, it doesn't need to be that far. Those want to be anded, and then we'll just put an empty on there just in case. So basically what that means is when this train unloads, it'll unload as much as it can, and then eventually stop, which will trigger this inactivity because it'll stop running. So the reason the cargo is in there is basically to stop it being moving when it's full, because it'll only allow it once one of them is left. In fact, I should probably lower that a little bit more. Just to make sure it actually... do I need to do that? Probably not. I'll leave that. In theory, this train should now go off and refill itself fully. Yeah. And then when it comes back, if we just follow it around as well, it shouldn't take too long to load. In fact, it'll take long to 10 seconds a bit to load. Right. In theory, when this gets back, it should just stop in its spot and not move, theoretically. Because it's still got its 88,000, which doesn't meet this condition. Which it doesn't. And that should hold it on the inactivity. And of course, as soon as this train reappears to unload into, the inactivity will reset, but once it's finished unloading, it should allow it to go fill regardless of what state it's in. So basically I'm just going to do a quick job of going around and changing all these. Inactivity and item count. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is what? I can't bother to work that out in my head. 80 times 5, 1. So 40,000 in that one. So saving that. Yep. So that's now going to go refill because it's not quite full. About that one. Yeah. So that should be fine. And it reminds me, I spent all that effort trying to ensure these things were fully clear and didn't really think about it fully, did I? Oh well, that's what happens. Manual. Activity. Item count. And those two. Actually, don't know. This one's copper. Nope, this is still iron. 7 of them. So this is going to be 56,000. Yeah. Don't need to worry about. Oh no, I do need to worry about this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 64,000. Item count, inactivity, and whatever. Doesn't actually. Copper is less than 64,000. I'll be careful of that next time I do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6,000. Copper is less than 6,000. Okay. That should go and unload. Unload back up again. Manual item count. T. This one was iron, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 48. Seven actually. I can't count. Go me. 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Manual activity. Item count. There we go. 6. Weight's less than 48,000. So this one's quite close to being unloaded. So this one probably is very close to being in that situation where I said it'll try and refill mid-cycle, which I said I don't know whether it will cause an issue, but I'd rather it just... It's relatively easy to solve this again, so I'd rather just solve it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you are less than 48. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 56,000. Go. 4. Kitty chain. Activity. Doesn't count. But that is less than 32,000. Another idle one. Item count. Activity. 32,000. Go. 6. This is my penultimate one, isn't it? Activity item. And is less than 48,000. Not 480,000. Trains aren't that big. 5, 6, 7, 8. Read that one of those has managed to do it properly. Item count, inactivity, and that. This was 8, wasn't it? 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. I did do this one, didn't I, properly? I did set the end. Good. Right. So that may chug around a little bit for a few minutes as everything sort of sorts itself back out. Because theoretically, I may watch this one do it. This train should need to do this twice. Because a little bit of it will unload into that whatever it's called, into that conveyor section. And therefore it should reach the conditions, which I'm actually kind of happy about, just in case stuff doesn't work quite perfectly. Wait, yes, in theory, she should stop and load a little bit of iron into there, which in theory allow it to actually run back around again. Cool. Which is what I wanted it to do. To make sure that the cars are always full, but not just moving around constantly. Why are you moving? I wasn't expecting you to be moving, that's why I'm questioning this. 56,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, but too big of a number in there. That's why that one's moving. In theory, just about win out that train. In theory, you should now stop and be stuck. Which you are. Good. All the others seem to be having that issue. Perfect. Apparently I loaded a lot more in there than I thought I did, because it's actually managed to reduce this down to the point where it's flickering on and off. That's kind of scary. How much did I use? A lot, apparently. I'm kind of glad I did that now. Okay. Well, cool. Right. So those were the two things I wanted to fix before I carried on going today. And hopefully that should mend itself. Now I did consider, if I run up, where are we? The inserters, I haven't got far enough yet. of course, have the similar situation where they load into the iron vans. Now again, this is the backup. This is the issue point. So in theory, this could become an issue. I don't think it will. Because the number it's making... Oh, I say that, but it has actually stacked up a little bit in the conveyors, isn't it? And it just probably needs a couple more out. Yeah, that might actually produce an issue. Alright. I'm going to need to do something with that then, aren't I? It's a bit random. Why have I got iron in all these? What's that used for? Inserters. What have we got here? Layers. So we have iron. Iron which goes into gears. Right, there we go. Okay. No issues there. Okay. However, I think I'm better off making sure that at the end of the day that fully unloads. I think it just potentially solve an issue that may or may not happen, and I'd rather it didn't happen. Because what I'm thinking is I'll just unload the rest of it into here. Because this is just getting turned into gears. It doesn't matter if I put that last little bit into it. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll unload all of these 6 into a thingy. Just set a condition on it that when it's above a certain level, it shoves it down the line into here, basically. Is what I'm thinking. So let me demolish all of this. I probably then want to find one of my thingy, one of these unloaders. Because I believe I have one that does 6. There we go. Okay, good. That was scaring me slightly then when it... Glad it's remembered the correct... How many lines of these do I need to put in? Just the one. It's easy to do. Alright. And basically what I do is put you to activate when iron is above, let's say, 20,000. Good, that works. Not quite what I intended, but whatever. We're gonna want these just like all the way along. Let's make that out a bit nicer. Do. No, that doesn't work. There we go. Alright. That'll just ensure that that always clears out. I think it's just, again, it's one of these, it's probably just safer to do it situations. Yeah. Kind of glad though I've done this little exercise because, well, I'll rephrase that. I'm glad I made the mistake of needing to do this double loady thing in 2 different locations. Because I'm going to need to use this method for all the other ones, probably. I'm sort of vaguely looking at it a little bit earlier. I'll show you in a minute when I'm finished. When we move on to purple. Purple is next, isn't it? Yeah, purple here is next. So yeah, I'll come back to that. But yeah, that should just ensure that this works. Because of course, even if this ends up with a little bit extra in it, it doesn't matter. Because all that happens is it will load up here. This thing is now bulletproof so that it won't affect it. Like one of them being loaded or multiple of them being extra loaded. So I think that it just makes sure that everything will work nicely. Yeah, I think that was a wise move to make, let's say. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Right, so that should be all of this set up and ready to run. Ready to roll. I don't think I need to set up a recycling system for that iron like I did the other one, because I kind of have already. But I didn't really have that luxury with the copper. Yeah, I think that was definitely the wise move. Okay. Well, having spent 40 minutes clearing up last time's messes, let's move on to actually doing something new. Oh dear. You can tell I've never really done one of these before, because I'm still sort of working out what the hell I'm doing in the process. Let's get myself restocked. Everything taken off of me. I'm probably going to do a lot more track than that. Let's go with 5,000. Yep. Okay. So, what I need to do is take this train, get it from here to here somehow. Did I decide in the end? I think I was thinking about this last time, wasn't I? You tell I've slept since then, can't you? Right. So, two things I need to consider. How much science do I need to buffer? Because I think I need to buffer quite a lot of science. And I mean quite a lot of science. Because theoretically it's enough science to fully load one of those trains. Which isn't that hard to do. Filter. Straight rail. Curved rail. There we go. Take up this train line for a sec. I don't need it. I'm probably not going to take it all up. I'll probably just do some of it. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is I will run a train straight, sort of straight across here. So effectively I'll put the train station sort of here and run it all the way back up a full length. Should end it about here, I think. I think it's probably also worth just doing... I do love the patterns they make when they do these. I don't know what it is. There's just something really pretty about them. Yeah, because actually, with the exception of one carriage, I'm going to be loading, like... Oh, I want to get even amounts of science on this train, let's put it that way. So, I can all but fill but 2 slots of 1 car, if memory serves. I think it was the number I can do. And so I suspect the easiest way, and probably the most UPS-friendly way, is to load up 333 of each car, and then, or of each type into 1 car, and then have 1 car somewhere, probably at the end. I'll leave that there for now. I've taken that more than enough of that away. Yeah, I think that'll probably work. Okay. Let's load this train up alongside this one. Just at the end. There we go. Give it a reasonable amount of room. Oh. Take out the trees as I go down and build this. My inventory is very, very full. It's not really taking too well to be doing this. Coal. Stone. So sit back up again. Too over enthusiastic with clicking. So I didn't take some out on the side of the track. Trees full again. Right. I always forget how long these trains are. Okay. What I'm thinking I'll do is I've actually just used my usual tactic of that. For all intents and purposes. I'll just run you on the entire length of here. I'm definitely not going to have enough warehouses to do this. Hang on. Just thought, should really honk. Center of that. Make sure I've got power where I need it. I'm about to make the same mistake I made before. Let's correct that before I make that mistake. The train won't stop that precisely. So you need to be as far out as you possibly can be. At some point I need to work out how many of these I actually placed down. How many I need to place down? I need to place down 100, don't I? $31. That's a weird number. Alright. So that's 25. Very good. Sure, I actually do them 25. Theory. No, I can't remember by 25. Hang on, I did 31, didn't I? So it's 6 off. Let's go with that, shall I? I guess I'll just double check to make sure I haven't done this wrong. 25, good. Alright, so I placed it twice there. Because of course I placed 25. But it was 25 counting from... Well, I need 4 lots of 25, and I was placing on the 24th, which meant I only got to 49. So I placed 1 extra just to make sure that it actually works. So I have to random things. Oh. I got a chest with some of these in them too. I'm sure I have a chest with some of you in them. And somewhere I have a thingy full of substations. Of course, now all my robots are scattered all the way up the line. I have to go back and find them all and collect them all. See, they're not very far away. Yeah, 500. There we go. Yeah, let's do this so I know actually where I'm ending. Now I need landfill. Landfill. fuss. Let's go to there, shall I? Wasn't as much landfill as I was expecting. Oh. Right. There we go. Clear out my usual trees. I haven't got enough inventory room. Maybe I shouldn't have collected quite so much track. That should give me enough inventory space to carry on going. Probably take out some of these power poles. Not because I really need to, but because I think I look neater. Right. Take out you because you look odd. You look odd, you look odd, and you look odd. So do you guys. Come here. Right. Check there's 100 of these. Perfect. Right. So the first 33 of these will load red science. The next 33 will load thingy science. That science, blue science. I guess I'll just start here. I need a bunch more of undergroundies. Not undergroundies, loaderies. That was a weirdly small number. Why was there not that many loaders? Why are there a limit on loaders? Where's the no steel? Definitely is steel. I know why. Right, hang on. I need to go sort that because that'll be an issue. I can't believe that I've only just run into that. That's a bit scary. So the issue is, I upgraded all of the what am I thinking? So to pull resources in, to pull like excess resources out of the system so they didn't sit in storage chests, I put in requested chests to do that. To stop them just looping themselves around, I had to put all the stuff that goes in, purposely goes into the just, buffer chests. And so I had to go through and set all of these to request from buffer chests. And apparently I missed some. Namely, all the ones up here. Basically, it couldn't request in the seal. To make the basic ones, and therefore it couldn't make any of the higher level ones. Therefore I ran out of resources. So I'm just going to go through and set all these to request. I know some of these probably don't need to. I think it's a good habit to do. Those things are going to go nuts, which is what I want. Right. That should keep going now. That should then restock me all of my underground, my load redos, whatever they're called. I'm kind of impressed it's taken me that long to like run into that issue. Like, how many of them did I have in stock? Or how many of the lesser ones did that must be it. I must have run out of all of the green ones I had in stock finally. And it finally ran through all the other ones because it was only the very first ones that mattered. And that's how I've gotten away with it till now. It just had that many in stock. Huh. Oh well. Glad I found it. I should have enough to finish what I'm doing for now, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, but... Here we go. So, since I'm at this end, I'll start this in now. So, these are effectively just going to... So, 8... I don't know where I'm at now. Sod it. I'll just keep going for now. 33, so that's 23. So is that enough? $31, so I need 2 more. Those 2, I guess. Alright, one last check. 33. So now, paste. Down like that. Theory, if I rotate that around, leads me in my 1. Perfect. Yeah, that doesn't work. Hang on. 66 times 3 is 198, which leaves me 2 extra. Yeah, sod it. That'll work. Yeah, no, that is right. Should end up with 2 extra, which is these 2. So. These ones need to be done slightly differently. Apparently I'm out of things. No, we've already got 200 more of them, so that's fine. Try to go run up and down this to make sure I actually place them all. Guarantee I haven't. Good. Okay. So... yeah, I think for these ones, I'll do... keep that there. Probably I don't actually know where these trains sit. Let's... go and... Right. So I decided I didn't want the train coiled up in here when it's loading and unloading, didn't I? So I guess I need to coil it backwards and forwards here a couple of times first. And actually, I think I'd be better off grabbing myself a train. I feel like I'm listening to Christmas music. Why am I listening to Christmas? Whatever, I don't care. I wasn't expecting this to be in this playlist. I mean, I didn't really care. Friday is not going to play me 10 of them in a row. It's definitely called Deck the Hall, so it was definitely a Christmas song. May have to go find a way of making sure all those Christmas songs are removed from the list. I don't want them yet. Come December and I'll consider it. Okay. So. I need probably slightly more track than this. I want 4,000 track. Let's go with 4,000. Because if I lay 4,000 track, I know I've got enough space to coil the train up in. Because they're about 4,000 tracks long, aren't they? 3,700 tracks long. And technically I've already got a fifth of it in. But I can't be bothered to work out what that is. So it's probably about 3,000-y. It's probably not that far off, correct? Right. Choo-choo train, come in. So fueling you. In my game of... Lost one of the robots, so I'd stop. Oops. Too quick. I'll let it pull out a decent distance, because it looks like they can catch up at when they don't run out of charge. Oops. Too fast. Straight through oil. Apparently I've still lost a robot. Oh well. I'll pick it up in a minute. Right. Get you out into a bit of open air. Come back and grab me robot. All the way back there. Past the oil reserves. There he is. There we go. Yeah. Come on, you guys. Into your home. Okay, too fast. That's 2,000 track down. By the time I actually get back there, I might. Right amount of track down. Trust me to be a one-off. Oh, yeah. Trust me to have put that just one too far down. Ah. Alright, there we go. Oops. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I'll have the correct amount of track down by the time I reach back to... I guess I'll go on a bit more of a direct route this time. I'll just cut across the... Let's go run this from the other side quickly, so I have an idea about where I'm going from. That should in theory meet somewhere in the middle. I'll place down a few overwatery ones. Oh. I think the answer to that is someone's track down up here. Probably up to the water's edge, I'd imagine. Somewhere close to that, I guess. There then. Yeah, very close to there. Right. Yeah. Hopefully that should load one. Item count, item count, item count. I can never do that right now, so that'll be fine. Cargo. How many is it going to have in each one? So I have 200 times 18 divided by 3. 5333 times 3 times that by 200. All right. 3 million? Yeah, 200 cars times 80 slots is 16,000 slots. So that means I've got 15,900 slots. That means, yes, I've got 3,000. No, that's not quite right. What I want is that 5333 times 200. So I've got 1 million of each side. The red equals 106600. Green equals that number. Blue equals that number. I should probably catch a ride, so I actually end up back there. I'm not sure how hopeful I am with that. This is the end of the train. Okay, it's gone through halfway, so I guess that's promising. I also need to make sure I get out at the right spot so I don't get taken further away from where I want to be. Damn it, I'm on the wrong side of the train. I have to wait for it to stop. I don't fancy crossing it again. I'll be alright when I want some more water. And I'm back. Should say, and I'm back. Right. So, you've been fully unloaded. You are set up spot on. Nice. That's unexpected, but good. Means I can actually add up, which is usually a good sign. Cool. Right. So, what am I thinking? I'm thinking I want some storehouses. Do I want storehouses? I've got an idea. Better idea. 1, 2. That doesn't gonna work, is it? Right. Then, what I'm going to do is set this to actually hold all of the blue sides rather than try and evenly match it between all of them. Is that right? No, that can't be right. Hang on. 160 divided 160 or 1260. 53 slots. Right. That's my 53. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so that's 53. Then what I want is doesn't quite work. Work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then the other one needs one more. All these need to be greens. That should therefore load up a complete equal amount of all of them. I don't need to set any of the others because they just should run. And effectively then what I need is you other side. Okay. That will now fill reds. Basically all I need to do is run conveyor line all the way back here to the red section, which is that far. Just robots, good. Okay. In theory, then just dump the red science that I made over here into there. Okay, good, that misses. Sorry, hang on. Take you a little bit closer to the train track. Trust me to have done that. There we go. Right. There we go. Should load up all the red signs. Now, one of the issues with this is really I need to go and put restrictions on all of these, so they can't load too much science in them. Can I really be bothered? I could just leave this running for a bit. And if I set some sort of condition on it, it'll make sure it'll wait if it doesn't make it. Like, out of these two, whichever one is, or out of one of these, let's say. And it could hold it up, couldn't it? But I'll think about that. That's the way I want. That's green done. I haven't got any green stuff on me. That's good. Wood. Just need to load up the blues. Because what I'm kind of thinking is, I could just run this train till it kind of fills up with science. In theory, one of these shouldn't unload fully at some point. Looks like it's sulfur or thingies. Should eventually not unload fully. But I think for now what I'm actually going to do is just work out a restriction on this. So I've got 80 times 2 because it's filling 2 cars and it's doing 2 times 5, so it's 800 slots. This is going to be a nightmare to work out. I have an idea. I'm going to stop you quick. Then I'm going to put a thing like that. Say you're enabled when that is less than 160k. In theory, that should then load up to 160k. That's the amount I need in one. In theory, there should be enough in here to allow it to do that. Yeah, there is. Good. That'll take a little while to run. What does it do? 25,000 a minute, so 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that, to fill up that lot. Okay. Yeah, because all I'm doing is dropping 1,000 slots off. Should be fine. This one can be even less, can't it? This one's probably a little bit more workable. 53 times 200 times 5. No, that's not what I want. 260 slots. That's still a lot of slots. In theory. 53,000. Alright. So in theory, that should give me the correct number. In theory. Yeah, science is getting loaded. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna run away and get more track. Because now I need to run the other direction. I still need to work out how the hell I'm going to do the unload on this. Because that's going to be a pain in the ass to set up. I'm thinking I'll just load it all into warehouses. Where possible. And any that are on a curve and don't quite work out, I'll have to do something else with. I've still got solar panels on there. You guys. You get deleted as well. There we go. So let's start this. A few blocks away. Trust me to have done that. Oh, well, that's going that far then. Doesn't bother me. Right, choo-choo train, let's go. Really want to put down that track, but I'm going to have to. Oh, hang on, the wrong type of track, isn't it? There we go. That one. Well, let's run down all the way down. Come on. I was thinking, is this going to clash with that warehouse? Lost a robot. Don't know. If it does, it'll just hump around it, won't it? Not the end of the world. I did pick up my robot, didn't I? No, I didn't. Yep, up. Come on, stop. Right. Yep. Finally realised you need to send them out right at the last second. Nope, so I haven't got to 800. Let's take out all these trees, won't I? Nope. Landfill. Quite enough of it. Yeah. In fact, sod it, I'll just do that. In theory, once I've placed all this track. Oh good, I do just about miss that warehouse. What I'm thinking is, when I get to the end of this, which I just about am, I take whatever track I got left, which is what, 2,000, run another 1,000 down. That should, in theory, hold the whole train. Minor issue. Lost loads of robots. Wow, I lost loads and loads of robots. There's delete trees while I'm here. Of course, it's sending the robots that haven't actually got. Yeah. Oops. Yep. Oh god, how many robots did I miss this time? Oh, it's all the ones that had wood that couldn't drop off wood. That's why I missed so many. Cool. 500 robots. I'm gonna go dump off all this extra stuff for a minute. Let's have a quick double check of the... Let's run the tree killer up. We're up to 800. Good. What am I thinking? Delete you. Copy you. Paste. In theory, drop you as a blueprint. Should be able to then snap to grid on. I think it's 14 height I need. No, too far. Too far. Let's go 4. No, I didn't want 45. I wanted 4. Oh yeah. In theory, I should then just be able to run down. This will just set all the way down. And the robots will run around because the trees to collect. Right. That should set the let crack limit on all of them. Perfect. So of course I need to do the fancy limit for this one. Or for these ones. I'll just leave it running. In theory, that'll take a little while to run now. Yeah, I'm half tempted to, like, run that loop round till it actually fills up that system properly. I don't think that's necessarily a bad move. Because I'm thinking I'll just use a circuit condition on, like, the engines. Of when there's no... Of when it leaves with... well, while there's engines still in it, it won't run through. Well, I guess I'll have to be careful about that, because it might not be engines that's the limiter, it might be sulfur. Yeah. Let's clean the inventory out. I really feel like I should set this to upgrade passive to storage. Because then it'll actually like put the landfill back in here rather than wherever it puts it now. I think that's probably a wise move. There's the landfill and there's quite a lot in it. Off my roboport, so it's not my one that does it. Copy and paste you over the top. That'll then just take all of that up into that one. Cool. And I have to remember there's actually like a buffer chest there, so I don't have to pick up quite as much as I have been. Okay. My next job is I needed about 1 point. I need about another 600 track in a line, didn't I? I think. And so when you start to do stuff like this, you realise how big these trains are. Double tracking. Grab another piece of track, so that was another 300. I need 1200 total, don't I? So if I'm doing this like this, I'll just run it now. Oh no! We have to turn the corner. Might as well go line up at the end of this, run that as the correct number. How many did I say I needed? 600. So I had 1.2k left. This means I should have 800 left. I've used about 300 in that. So I need to do 300 more. Okay. Oops. That'll do. Perfect. That should be long enough. I need to remember to delete all these trees. Who wants trees in the middle of my tracks? In fact, I should probably go delete the ones in the middle of these two tracks, just because I can. I just need to work my way back up here. Which hopefully won't take too long. So I'll pick these up as I go. I guess again I want the full Monty on the stuff even in between the tracks. Come on, little robot. Perfect. Next I get the fun of trying to actually, like, set these trains up. It might be worth placing down a station up here. that's interesting. Because it's an odd number of trains, they never stop quite in the middle. Oh man. That's going to make things a little bit interesting. Most of this is in desert, so it doesn't really take much tree clearing, it's more rock clearing. Trees now. Let's make power poles, I mean. Diverted. May have to go neaten that up at some point and put them like down the same line. Maybe down the centre. Might be quite nice. Future things. I'm going to do that now. I actually just realised a minor problem I'm going to have. It's because I've started loading stuff into the trains. No, because all that... Yeah, I'm going to have to wait for these to actually finish unloading, aren't I? Oh, on the outer space. I was hoping to make it back. Apparently not quite. Okay. Indeed. I'm going to grab a bunch more of these and just, for the sake of it, run the power lines down the centre of the track and just... In theory, I could do it from here. It could then end up as my power hub for this whole thing in some respects as well, which might be kind of cool. Snap this to a grid. Yeah, can. I mean, once I get the thing aligned properly, but yes, I can. Yeah, how many reckon I go? 2, 4, 6, 8 more? 22. Ooh, too many. 20. Right, that's that one done, so I need to go up by 2. No, 2 I said. There we go. Theory, Let's run along doing this. Hoping that gets it far enough across because of these massive robot sizes that I can just pick it up on this side. Like that. In theory. Guessing this isn't going to quite work as I hoped. Yeah, you can't put that in the middle. Oh well, close enough. Okay. Let me knock you down. That one. And it was 60 height. I probably want to go up by 16. 16. Ooh, that was close. Too many. 2 across. 14 and 2. Minus 2 actually. Yeah. I'll have to go back and delete all these other power poles at some point. Where's my last robot? All the way back at the start of the drain. Lovely. I seem to have very good talent for losing robots. Shoot. Don't actually need the track, I just need power poles. Actually. There we go. Cool. That works. Just need to blacklist you. Power poles. Thank you for being good robots, but I kind of wanted to finish doing this before you got that excited. So I'm kind of stalling while hoping this thing empties and it loads fully into cars. Because if I do that, I'm going to move the train without risk of it basically messing up on me. Well, I've run all the way past where I wanted to be. There it is. Too quick trying to get him back in, wasn't I? what I'm then thinking is I need to run this track out to here for fueling this. If I do that next, then I can get power to that and remove all the other power poles. Server saves. Some behind. That's 2. Yeah. And then I can open up my power grid. So I need to do this to get nuclear fuel out to here, because this is where all these trains are going to be refueled. Right. I just need... one of you. Yep, trains coming. This is probably the longest route this one's ever had to take. Oh. Right, so that puts power into here. Is a sort of correct method, let's describe it. I just need to make sure I get rid of these trees. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't run me over, train. Isn't needed anymore. I need to put you back on blacklist so I can pick up the power poles. There we go. I need to pick up the excess track. I don't need this piece of track anymore, I don't think. I'll probably end up rebuilding it in like a week's time, but meh. Come on, robots. Okay, all 500. Go. Just gotta pick up the robots back up again. Successful. Next bit of track I need to take up here. Take all my stuff off me. That looks a bit nicer anyways. Rather than that power pole going Cool. That made me jump. My dishwasher finished and it made a noise and I wasn't expecting it and it made me jump. I don't normally hear it because it normally does that after I go to bed, but apparently I put it on a little bit earlier tonight. That back up. Awesome. Just because I can. Right. So let's go check if this thing's actually finished loading all its thingy into all the science into the cargo wagons. The reason I want to do this is, of course, I don't know exactly where I need to stop this train next. And I don't want it accidentally loading into the wrong wagons. Something I'm really going to have to do. Go and grab out all of the stuff that's in these. Which is going to be horrendously slow and tedious to do. Unfortunately, I have to do it at this speed. Right, that looks like the last place I need to do it for them. Just have to run down to the greens. Again for the greens. Sorry. Let's get rid of that into one of the cars. Cool. I just need to run all the way down here to the blues. Which never actually hooked up. Oops. That was a bit of an oversight. That's a bit annoying. Just thinking. I don't need to hook this up right this second, do I? Could just leave it broken for a minute. Right. Yeah, let's leave that broken for a minute. Okay. So I may as well go and use this as a basis, hadn't I? In theory, I should just be able to copy a 200 on one of these without too many issues. Good there. 2/3 of the way along the train. There you go. This might not work. Oh, there it is. If I then just run down here, I should find the next one. Eventually. Probably in the middle of a lake, isn't it? How typical. Doesn't quite work. Let's go about there, shall we? Ah. Hang on. I'm doing this just to make sure the train doesn't move. If I accidentally delete one of these, I have to go send it all the way back around the loop again, because that would be annoying. 2, 3, 4. Right, what was that weird number? That one. 2. Perfect. Item count. 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 And red, green, blue, red, green, blue, equals, equals, equals. Right. This is then 2 million. 2 million. 2 million. And then 3 million. 3 million. 3 million. This one is 4 million. 4 million. 4 million. And this one's 5 million. Almost. What's that? 5, 10, 15, 16 million science on this train by the time it's done. Nice. Oh, the numbers do get a bit too big on this to be sensible, but I love it. I absolutely love doing this sort of stuff. Because this game is not designed to take this, but it does it surprisingly, like, well. Alright. So I need to run back all the way up here. Put down the radar so I can actually see what the hell's going on at this place. Thankfully all these are just in a straight line. Go on, choo-choo. Where do you stop then? Surprisingly well, actually. It's almost shocking. Let me just quickly. I want to go double check the weird one in the middle. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so number 2 can sit there. So approximately how big is the server saving the map? How big is this? There to about there. That's not a bad way of doing it. Sorry, I'm going to hold my finger up to my screen to try and judge where the next one's going to be. Probably going to be about there. Let's go try that. Let's put you there. 3. Come on, train. That means number 4 is probably going to be like here. Which may mean I went slightly too far with this. Cool. Yeah, that's nowhere near, is it? Move you. Say there. Yeah. Still not far enough. Probably about there. That may actually mean that I have actually done this correct. The final one's gonna end up like up here somewhere. Which probably means I could take some of this out, but I really can't be bothered. So. Oh, no, I'm probably alright. I was really concerned there that I was a long way off of hitting spot on there. 3 carriages. Close. You're connecting. You're connecting. Good. Next one done. So let's think about this. This is going to be a little bit back from here, so it's going to be about that much back. Maybe about there then. Okay. Sorry, I know I can't actually show you me using my fingers as measuring tools on the screen, but you have to trust me that it works. Just knock a little bit off that, just because it's easier to move the thing a little bit further than it is to move it all the way, move it backwards. In fact, these trains don't really move backwards at all. You could take that away. Otherwise it's just going to live there. What are we up to? Almost coming. Almost in sight, train. Come on. So I'm a good way off still. Like, 12 cars will actually be quite a nice number to do that by. Let's move there then. Yeah, so this is why I didn't want anything left in this system, because it would have gotten loaded into random places and that wouldn't have done me any use. And I had to go and clear it out, which would have been a pain. I'm going to go one further on. Those are connected. Funky ones are connected. Just about. Cool. So, I just need to run up most of the way up here. To actually take that away. And approximately measure on the screen to there. About there. It's about here. Again, it's easier to move it further than not so far. Do a quick double check. Yeah, I think actually it might be a little bit too close. 5. In theory, I should be able to let this train run. Once this is done, I'm going to bed. Got through. I'm not risking jumping back again though. I've died enough times this train last time. We're on kill counter 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Kill counter number 4. That's actually pretty well stopped. We'll go forward one more, I think would be a wise move. What do you think? Yeah, I think one more is probably a wise move. Or not. Okay, now it's not connecting to the lower one. Yeah, okay. That was the correct spot. Right, I will leave you to run. Well, I can turn the blues back on. I don't actually need to run down to do that, do I? There we go. I do need to remember to take out all my radars. There we go. Good. That wasn't too painful. It does take a little while to set one of those up, though. Must be said. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with today's progress. It's quite nice to finally finish this red-green science. Oh, red-green-blue science. I'm trying to think. Is there a way? I might have to just run this train around. Are we on number 5, number 6? Let's put a passenger present on that. I guess for now, let's also go and run back to the base and just dump stuff off for a few. There's the train running around its loop. The robots had to chase me halfway across the map. Halfway across the base, I should say, not the map. Here we go. I feel like I should just, like, make this one equals 4. Make this one equal to 12. Then I can pick them up easier. Also do one of those for logistics. Yeah. That works. Yeah, that's better. Much more sensible. Anyways, moving on. Run all the way back down here again. But no, don't run into the train. In fact, let's go down the bottom way so I don't need to cross the train. Yeah, because it's just leaving again. That was its arse. What colour is it actually at the moment? Yellowy colour. Interesting. So one of the mods I have on it is called Automatic Train Painter. So it automatically colours in all the trains. It's stopping. Right. I'm going to stand here for it. Yeah, because this now should run until it gets to number 9, where because I put that passenger present in, it should just stop. And when it gets to that stage, I can make a judgment of what I'm expecting to see here. Because it might actually be better just to say when the reds run out. When reds back up into it, that's the point it has to stop, maybe? I mean, the other way is to actually like put a bit of a harder limit on these chests so it doesn't unload everything at once. That could work. Because if it's quite a hard limit, then it means that the reds will... Yeah, maybe. That work? Let me think about that. Right. So, in this process, the red's the one that run out first. So if there's any reds left in here, it means that the blue is full. Yeah. And if the blue is full, I want the train to stop. So if I put a hard limit on here of like 1 stack, so not much gets into this thing, but it acts as quite a good sorter. So basically it acts as a 4 to 5 sorter. That should then very rapidly load back into the train. So basically, if I then put a condition on this rather than passenger present of item count red equals 0, so they've all been unloaded, then in theory it'll run until it... It'll run until it can't... It'll run until the blues are full. And if the blues are full, the greens are full, and the reds are full, yeah. And the other thing I can do just to make sure this works, yeah, because that's loading up nice and quick, and it's stopping it. So they're all stacking up inside. Cool. The other thing I can do is just put another limit on this chest. In fact, let's put quite a hard limit on this chest as well. Actually, I can't do that, can I? Thinking about it, that's a bad move. I actually need to wait for that to unload. I set you to manual. Because you going up or down? Going up slightly. That's worrying. What are you making? 1.3 and I'm only outloading 1. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, look at that. 450,000 of each of the first 2 sciences. That's pretty cool. Yes, in theory, when this thing is finished emptying, I can put quite a hard limit on it. She'll probably have to be in the range of like a couple of hundred, so it's effectively 1 load. So I might have to do a bit of tinkering for this for a bit to get this to actually set up correctly. That one's still got something. That's weird. Right. This one will run out first. I just need to wait for this to empty out a little bit. So I'll probably stop it there because I don't think you really need to see me wait for this thing to unload and then put I don't know, a couple hundred. Here's this thing making it go. $61,000. $308 slots. Yeah. So I'll make sure there's like 400 slots, let's say. Which is 80,000 science. So let me set that up to blue is larger than 80,000. Yeah, then I can set quite a hard limit on that to only allow 80,000 in. Hopefully that won't mess anything up. Actually, screw it. Screw it. I'm not going to set any limit to this. I'm just going to give it a few seconds to unload as much as possible. Because they'll all load up at the same speed, virtually. I think. Probably, maybe. No idea. Is it that big of a deal? Technically, green science, because of those inserters, is the one that's probably the hardest to deal with. But you'll always run out of inserters before it runs out of conveyors, apparently. Yeah, there's loads of conveyors in there. Actually, that's probably a good idea. If I set a hard limit on this, go back here. So this one, it's copper. I really don't care about this one. These two are the ones that are problem shards. So in that case, I need to set 2 limits on here, which is item count 0. Yeah. Because that means if either the green or the blue fully stack through, then it will stop the system. Yeah. Yeah, that works. And I don't care if the red stacks up because it's just using basic resources that don't matter. It's just those two which have the weird unloaders mixed into them that will actually cause issues. Yeah, that I'm happy with. I think that logically works. So yeah, when this is, I'm going to get ready for bed. I'm just going to leave this running for a bit and then I will set it going. When will I be back? Thursday, probably? Yeah, let's go Thursday. I'll probably be... do I take a break from Factorio since I'll have reached the point where I now need to start something else? Yeah, let's go back to Skyrim for a night. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's go back to Skyrim for the night. Alright, I've also set the stream running again, can't I? I probably should, but item count. No, because there's always going to be items. It's the only one where there shouldn't be items. If it messes up, it messes up. Right. 8. Yeah. That's getting a lot of science in it. Now, interestingly, that also shows me that there is more red science produced in each batch than in the other two. So that means the red is definitely going to end up backing up first. Like I said, I don't really care because it has no effect on the other processes if it does back up. It's just these two they will. And it should only have an effect once. Yeah, it should only have an effect once we get to... Yeah, once it tries to back up. And even if... And number 9 is the only one that cares because it needs to be unloaded at number 9 for it to work. Yeah, that's correct. Cool. If it's not unloaded at the others, it doesn't actually affect it because there's no processes running after that stage. I just have to make sure that when I get to that stage, I run the thing round in some weird way. I don't know how. It's going to take a little bit of sorting, I think. Cool. I'm happy with that now. I think, in theory, this should work. You're actually really close. Can I keep my... What number was I after for that? 53.4. 267. It's really quite close. But I have... $50. 3. 20. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 53. Good, that works. Is it actually only just one slot I can't use? Yeah, it's just one slot I can't use. Okay, so that's correct then. Awesome. Interesting that the blue's gotten, much more of the blue's gotten through to here than the others. I wonder what's caused that. It's not like there isn't blue in just about every other carriage up to it. Weird. I wonder what's caused that. Really weird. That's done. Kind of excited because this is also technically somewhat automated now. I think that's probably worth leaving on constantly, actually, because it'll act as a really good, like, stop condition in certain situations. I think it'll stop it truly messing up. Yeah, I think that's wise. Then I can come on and look at it and go, try and work out what the hell went wrong. Yeah. Just want to watch it actually move. Yeah. Hang on, why is there no reds in that? Why are there no reds showing up on that? Why are there no reds in that? What? They're not low plastic in. That's a bit weird. Mildly worrying. Plastic train is down here. No plastic. Fluid ingredient shortage. Output full. Well, my circuit's messed up. Ah! My little balancer system might have messed up. Let's go demolish that. I didn't think it's actually necessary. I think I worked out. Where am I going? Approximately just west, east, whichever way I'm going. East. Alright. Okay. Ah, that's a right pain in the ass. But that means I've now got excess of these in this system. Oh well. I don't think there's an issue with that. I don't think either of those two have any like crossovers, so I don't really care. Just the inserter group and the reds group have the crossovers, so that's fine, I guess. Oh well. Good thing I found that. Oh well. Bit annoying, but oh well. I could go and just load up some plastic. Yeah, no, because I need to load up reds. No, ignore it. It'll be fine. It is annoying though. I mean, I could run the thing back to 8. Might do that. I'll run the thing back to 8, because then I can load up the correct amount of plastic into it. Just here. I don't even know if I got the correct amount of plastic in. Go back to 7, can't I? Let's do that. Worst case scenario, if I do this, it runs through some of this extra. I don't think there's any issues with that. I may have to unload some reds at some point. Never easy, is it? And my train's gone. Come back, train. Needed you. Roboport. A few roboports. I then want some logistics bots. Yeah, 2,000 will do. That wasn't what I wanted done. Yeah, that's why I keep getting noise. There goes the train. Still plastic in there. Should have emptied that back out. Plastic can go in there. You guys can go there. Oops. Right. So, the theory is, I stand here and click, click, click. Basically until this train empties. And the reason I put so many robots around was because it gives a maximum charging spots. But they just instantly fill up. I love them. Okay, that may have not worked. Oh, let's go back to the other method. We got yellow. That'll allow more of them to run. Oh, there we go. That should be enough. Hold on. Where did those go? I have a feeling I just dumped something in there I didn't mean to dump in there. Oh, I'll work it out in a sec. Why are you not getting greens? There we go. It's a good find. Quite sure what the hell happened there. Obviously just slightly off. Just collect a little bit of plastic from each of these. Make sure there aren't any robots in them by accident. Right. There we go. Working nice and flawlessly. That's a good sign because I've got an even number of robots on me. along. Having said I was going to stop streaming, I'm still streaming, still seeing this out, aren't I? Yeah, I guess my lights to remind me I need to go to bed. I really didn't intend to be up this late, but I can't not fix this now. Seriously looks like a 5. Right, I'll just let this run till it's actually out of materials, which looks like it won't be very long. Again, weird. Why is that one got one in it? One of these things messed up back here. Because that's the middle, the second set, isn't it? 'Cause that's the one I'm loading the greens into. Yeah. Not that one, this one. There we go. I think that was my answer. That's why there was something loaded into you still. Oh well. Solved now. God. So much to keep track of when doing these things. It's always impossible to get it all right first time round. Weird. Well. Right. Good, that ran out on those first. Just wasn't expecting them to be making more conveyors. It's not like it's made more inserters. So where's it got all the stuff to make the conveyors from? Oh, because of course I loaded the excess iron into here. Oh. And it runs out of gears, I would guess, first. That shouldn't have kicked in, because that's red. Oh, who knows? I'll let it run. It's not like there's much left in this. There's a lot of gears, though. How weird. Mildly worrying as well. Again, it's not an issue because there's nothing in the conveyors that would actually cause an issue if it's stacked up. Yeah. They'll be fine. Oh, there it goes. But then if the conveyors stack up, that means the gears stack up, which means the iron stacks up. Ah, what a complete pain in the ass. Yeah, there's a lot more conveyors in the system than there are inserters. Whatever. Yeah, I'll be fine. I am mildly concerned about that thing backing up though now. Ah, what do I do about that? Don't just let it run and let's let it break for a minute. I was saying that if I let it break, it'll be a freaking nightmare to sort out. To do. I mean, it looks like I am. I don't know what to do about that. So gears are always going to be the limiting factor, aren't they, for this? Traditionally. I don't quite know why that one is allowed. That one worked as the way it did. I think there's just an issue with that. So the gear should always run out first, so this should... But then if the whole thing just stacks up, because it will eventually just stack up. I just unload it into both of them. I just put a thingy here and just unload it into both of them. Like this. Because that way it should at least slowly drain out at some point. Let's do that then. I'll try it. I can't really be bothered to think about what else I could do with the iron plates. Because at this point they should have all been used up. Yeah, because neither of these processes... That one doesn't need iron plates. That one doesn't, but I could convert it to something else. Like pipes, if I needed to. Guess that would work if I needed to. Yeah. But this is definitely getting very, very full. In fact, it is virtually full. I have 100... God, that's a lot. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll have to hope that works. Right, you're waiting for your G to go through, aren't you? In theory, when that thing counts up to 200 something thousand, which would be about 30 minutes time, this should then run. Let's hope it works, and I'll find out in the morning if it does. Do you know what I'm tempted to do? Passenger present, and just force it to let it run round, because then it'll run once, and if something messes up, it won't be too bad. And I'll get to test and verify that it isn't actually going to mess up. Yeah, let's do that. Then it won't at least be too badly messed up, because I'm not in a hurry to fill this train up. So, I'd rather get it right than not. Okay, now I am actually going to go. I'll see you on Thursday with Skyrim. Yeah. See you on Thursday. Bye, bye.